So here we go. Complain about Nintendo consoles being not the most graphically improved console. They're going to be releasing a console in the 2025 that's as powerful as a console. Oh, actually, they said PS4 Pro, not the standard PS4. Many leakers said the PS4 Pro, which released way later than 2014. Also, the PS4 Pro is a very powerful console. Okay, it can run 4K, it can run many games, and all differences between PS4 and PS5 are not really much noticeable. Okay, you gotta realize when we're getting to the point where graphics in games, it doesn't really matter anymore. Okay, the power of your console. Okay, all you can really do is render more things in your game because graphics in games are reaching to a point where we can't really get much better than what we have now. Okay, that's like reason the okay. They're comparing the Switch 2 to the Super Nintendo. That's like reason the Super Nintendo at the PS2 has been only been out for 2 years, and somehow V yet still defends them. Oh yes, the difference between the SNES and the PS2 is the fact that the SNES and PS2 recent errors where graphics actually did matter. Okay, and actually Nintendo kind of did do that. It was called the Game Boy Advance. Okay, that existed, but they're comparing the Switch 2 to saying that, but with the Switch 2, graphics don't really matter anymore. We're reaching to the era of games where graphics don't really matter anymore. That it's the era, the video game graphics, it's not really the most, we don't really have these giant leaps in graphics anymore. The problem with the original Switch is that the PS3 and the PS4 still had this huge leap in graphics, not as noticeable as previous generations, obviously, but with the PS5 to PS4, there isn't really a huge notable leap in graphics, okay? There isn't really a huge notable leap in graphics, and that's just how it is, Like, if you play Halo Infinite, I'm just using Halo Infinite example because it's a game you can play both on the Xbox One and Xbox Series X, there isn't much notable leap in graphics. The game looks exactly the same across both consoles. The Series X can, of course, render the game a bit better, and that's all it is, okay? The game just has a slightly higher resolution, and same thing on most modern PC games. And of course, anything below, of course, all it is a difference in resolution. And when you get above 1080p resolution, there isn't really that much difference in resolution. You can't unless you are a professional graphics person, there isn't really much difference in a resolution in most modern games. That's just how it is. Because the average person, it is very hard to tell with 2540p with 2000p graphics. Okay, it's very hard to tell the difference with those. Okay, and no, the Switch doesn't need to be a NASA supercomputer to run most games. Goodbye.